Hey, what's going on, guys? Zach here, and wanted to spend a few minutes with you today and talk about action and motivation, inspiration. People, a lot of times, including me, we want to all feel inspired and feel motivated, and we want to feel those things before we actually, take action towards something. I was listening to an audio today, and it reminded me of this. And really early on in my business, I was kind of set straight. Wow, it looks like I have a gut. It's a stupid jacket. Nice. I was set straight in this very early on. I had an upline that was pretty active in, in coaching us for a while, and he was like super, bulldog type. And he would always talk about consistency breeds emotional stability, and that's something that is a really big issue in network marketing businesses, because typically the people that get into them don't have a background in business ownership. There's a background in being an employee, basically meaning there's a background in always needing to be told like what to do. We all long for the idea of wanting to like own our lives, own our own business. No one tells me what to do. I tell myself what to do. And yet when you're given that power, squander it. You get off of a long day at work, or you have just no motivation to like go do something in your business, and as a result, you don't, or at times in the past I didn't, because of like an emotional sadness that I had, or just didn't feel like it. I wanted to go watch a TV show, or I wanted to go hang out with friends, or I wanted to do something other than work my business because I just didn't feel like it. And so what a lot of us wait to do is we wait to feel motivated before we take action. We wait to feel inspired before we take action. Well, it doesn't actually work that way. It's actually, no matter how you feel, you have to take action, and then when you start doing it, then you start to get motivated, then you get inspired, and then you take more action because it just fuels you even further. So motivation, inspiration, is not a prerequisite to action. It's actually a reward for your action. And that is probably one of the two biggest determining factors if someone's going to be successful in their own business. The other one is just handling finances, and I guess there's probably a last one, which is associating with the team. But this action piece is huge. This is the reason why you have either lots of people that don't get results, or you have lots of people that are in the business and are on the team, but they don't get results because they never do the work. They never do the work necessary to actually get results. And so really early on, I remember hearing that consistency breeds emotional stability, and that no matter how you feel, you gotta go take action. And so for me, I still have it. I have a number every single day. At one point in my career, I had to cold contact 10 people every single day. Now that's a little intense. Today, I still force myself to meet 2 people a day. Do I like doing it? To be honest with you, no. I would still rather do other things than go out and meet someone, go out and meet and cold contact someone. But it's just something that I have to do. And at this point, we've gotten pretty good at it. We get some results doing it, but I'm never like inspired to go meet anybody. Maybe after a big conference, or after we give a speech at a team meeting, I'm more inspired and motivated at that time. But 90% of the time, I'm not motivated to do it. It's just something that has to get done. And so what I tell all my new people when they get started is, you're gonna have to stick it out. Meaning, you're motivated right now, you're inspired right now, but there's gonna come a time, it could come tomorrow, it could come in 2 weeks, could come in 2 months, could come in a year, but there's gonna be a time where you are not excited, you're not inspired to take action, you don't wanna do anything for the business. And when that happens, I need you to rely on discipline. Discipline to me is 50 times more important than motivation. I don't give a crap how motivated someone is. I don't care. Anyone gets motivated when the right things are happening in their life. What I'm looking for is discipline. When you're not motivated, but you know you have to do something, do you do it? And so here was my philosophy. It still is. I mean, it's a little different now because I don't have a job, but when I was working a job, it was, if I'm going to show up for my job today, I'm showing up for my business, period, case closed. So if I was sick, if I went to work, even though I was sick, I would still go out that night and do what I needed to do for my business. I don't care what it was. If it was just showing up for a training, if it was contacting people, doing meetings, showing plans, getting people started, whatever. I'm showing up for work, showing up for my business. The only time I'd ever let myself not do something for my business is if I, for whatever reason, either I was out of town, maybe I was super sick, maybe whatever, is if I didn't show up for work, my job, I gave myself permission to not work the business that day. Well, I didn't need a whole lot of motivation to show up for my job, because if I didn't show up, I didn't get paid. If I didn't get paid, it didn't pay my bills, and life goes downhill. So it was basically, call it, I wasn't motivated to show up for work. I was just like disciplined enough to do it because I had to pay my bills. So I just used that discipline to parlay it into a discipline for my business. So my recommendation to you is, if you show up for your work, show up for your business that day. I'm telling you like a friend, if everyone on our team treated the business like that, we would be jillionaires. It would be awesome. But I can't blame them for that. I can only blame me for not having a bigger team, and that's just something that we have to do. We have to keep building our teams. But if you're listening to this, you have felt this before, just rely on discipline rather than motivation, because motivation is not a prerequisite to action, it's a reward for action. So anyway, hope that helps, guys. We'll talk to you soon.